But let's move on and talk about some macro picture. India's gross tax revenue surged 34% in FY22 to exceed 27 lakh crore rupees, lifting the tax to GDP ratio to at least a 23-year high of 11.7% from 10.3% in the previous year. But what is tax to GDP ratio and how do these figures matter? Sharad is joining us to explain all of that. Over to you, Sharad.
Well, yes, the first thing is the definition of tax to GDP ratio. So this is basically the ratio of the tax revenue which a country earns, and then you compare it with the gross domestic product. Now going ahead, what it actually means is this ratio is a measure. Now this is a measure of how a government is controlling the financial economic resources of the country itself. Now going ahead, the important portion is this: India's tax to GDP ratio is almost at a 2-decade high. You can say a 23-year high. It's highest since 1999. And if you look at the numbers have dipped below 10% in 2 occasions. The first one being, of course, the global financial crisis in FY 2009, and apart from this, the COVID-19, which came in at almost 9.9%. And if you see for FY 22, the number is almost 11.7%. So why this is important? Firstly, this is important because it shows how the fiscal position of the country is actually being there. Apart from this, higher tax revenues will actually mean investment going in for education, infra and health. And apart from this, it will also impact the corporate earnings, which will be on the upper side itself. Now, you as investors, you would be investing in corporate companies, so you will be actually benefiting from the returns as well going ahead. So this is what a positive indicator would be for the tax to GDP ratio. Now, India's taxes, that is something, a strong mop-up numbers have come up, and you see the total collections has risen by almost 34% and aided by strong collections both from direct taxes as well as indirect taxes on the range of almost 20% to 49% or a year-on-year basis. Now, we see the retail movement has also been strong. From the AMFI data, we have picked up the record flows coming in from the equity side in the mutual fund. And on a month-on-month basis also, from January itself, we see there has been an increase, and for February, almost 20,000 crores has come into this picture.